Hello there and welcome to Herman Manyora's YouTube channel. My name is Jadil Kabra. I'm excited that you've joined us for political conversations. These conversations are simple, truthful, Prof putting them across in a hard-hitting way. How are you doing today?
Wonderful.
Have you been?
Well, good.
Big conversation now is on taxes. Are you going to pay your taxes this time around?
Small people like me always pay.
I hear you guys evade taxes. That's the thing. You have properties you don't pay property
People
taxes.
who evade taxes are not like me. Yangu wananyongea hapo kwa mshahara. Ikija pap 30%.
It's gone.
Yes.
But now,
Bila hata haibu, hawana haibu.
President William Ruto now is going for the big fish. Says powerful people in the previous regime have been evading taxes. Dennis Itumbi on Twitter says President Uhuru Kenyatta, they did not pay taxes in the merger between NCBA or whatever. They've been evading taxes, that's what he says, and they're using this money to fund Azimio rallies. They're going after him, actually. What's your thinking on this? Because the analysts say you cannot go for your predecessor. The same way Kibaki didn't go for Moi, despite, the atrocities that were there. What's your thinking on it?
There are many things. First of all, yeah. I don't know Itumbi. I answered one of the tweets and I say, like Achebe was telling us, in trouble with Nigeria.
Yeah.
A tiger does not proclaim its tigritude. It just pounces on the prey. If you want to do something, just do.
No.
Yeah.
If you're going to...
I remember a film we used to watch, these small things we used to watch when you were young.
Yeah.
Factual films, gee what?
Yeah.
One in the good, the bad and the ugly. Somebody gets another one in a swimming pool. Anaanza kumsomea vile atamuua. Jamaa kumbe alikuwa na bunduki kwa hiyo maji. Just check. If you want to shoot, shoot, don't talk.
Yeah?
So if Ruto wants to shoot, why doesn't they just shoot? This talking is making him look cheap.
Why is it so difficult then? Why do you think it's difficult? Because it's more talk, less do. I think it's Danson Omari, the lawyer, who was saying they are going after the president because they haven't done nothing since they got into power, as Americans would say. Is that the case?
They're trying to cover up for lack of action. And somebody has just told them food, fuel, there's a third one I've forgotten. Food, fuel, and something, I don't know what it is. Jobs. Just simple. Don't go into these other things. Taxes. I was doing an interview for, I think it is in today's paper, if they featured my story. And somebody was asking, I said, look here, if Uhuru was exempted from paying 320 million or something during the merger, there's a desk at the treasury. And our journalists are also very lazy. You people, you are very lazy.
How?
Why can't the journalists just go to the desk exemption and find out that year when CBA was exempted, how much more was exempted and to who? Exemptions is given in billions of shillings every year.
Different individuals. Billions
of shillings. So you are there. This lack of knowledge and laziness in this country. Even the journalists cannot go to Treasury and find out that day they were given the exemption. How many people were exempted? And this Uhuru and Moi not paying taxes, it cannot be in a violation of the Article 210 or 201, subsection 3 that I saw Kimani Ichung'wah. That's part of the Constitution says you cannot be a state officer and be exempted from paying taxes. You cause it to happen or somebody makes it happen.
Okay.
Kenyatta was here a state officer when that law was being made. Jomo Kenyatta was Moi a state officer. They were not state officers. But the laws that say everybody must pay taxes, the same law says there will be exemptions. So what's the big deal now?
What are we looking at? Because it's...
What's the big deal? There's a difference between law, politics, common sense, common good. So once you mix these things, you look like a fool.
When they were running for office, one of the few things they wanted to deal with at first was state capture, and they say this is what was happening in the previous regime. Are you seeing them dealing with it now?
They can't.
They're trying to deal with the president and the Kenyatta family, former president?
They say they will deal with state capture. I was even on TV, I've seen many people are confusing what state capture is. But they are saying there are people, state capture is a situation where people outside state cause the state to do certain things in their interests. Businessmen who direct the hand of government so that if it is tenders, it's only they you get. and sometimes underperform or not perform those tenders and get paid. That's what state capture is about. They told us they'll go for these people engaged in state capture. Si walipiga about 360 kak.
Yeah.
They were supposed to institute a tribunal.
Yeah.
Why? They said they are not doing it.
They're still planning.
Because, and that informs my thinking that they can't take Uhuru anywhere.
Well,
State capture is people engaged in state capture are not your usual small boys. Even in South Africa, the Guptas, they are not even Africans. They are not even indigenous. And South Africa has been talking about them. What have they done to them?
So what
even the drug dealers in this country, including the whatever who have been in America, you can't demolish those cartels. They are not easy to deal with.
Is it not easy to deal with, or is someone? Does it get to a point where the president gets in colludes with them and they have to work together? Because now it seems like we're looking at a country where President William Ruto is trying to change the whole narrative that Kenya has to function with people that capture this state. Is this what is happening? And President Ruto is trying to demolish all of it.
Why they can't manage is it? If you go after people who have messed this country to enrich themselves, you must go with clean hands. Number one. Are your hands clean? Before you go after thieves, are you free of theft? You know, it's not easy. Let's be honest with ourselves. And I'm not saying anybody is a thief.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Uhuru is a thief.
But you say everyone.
I'm not saying Ruto is a thief.
Yeah.
But my problem in this country is on record, in public. I believe anybody who is a billionaire in this country has stolen from the public. It's a statement I have made on national television stations, in public, everywhere, and I've not been challenged. Only Tuju challenged me.
Yeah. Telling you where he got his
how he got his money.
Yeah.
Of course, there are exceptions. When I say everybody, it's not a mathematical everybody of 100%. I'm just saying a majority of these billionaires have stolen from the public.
Yeah.
So it's very, very easy, because let's assume even you, the president, you are clean. Let's say Ruto is clean. And he wants to go after the Uhuru Kenyatta. He can't do it alone. He has to do it with the support of a team. How clean are the members of that team? You see how complicated it is?
Yeah.
It becomes even much more complicated when you yourself, you also want to become rich. you also want to make money, you and your people. So how are you going to chase somebody when you yourself you're also chasing the same money?
Do you think
So hapo katikati mnasema tutamalizana bwana.
So let's work together.
Let's work together.
But this is Caleb Amisi. He says Uhuru Ruto public spat is a 21st century most genius maneuver. I don't trust them. I don't believe it. No leader in this world, dead or alive, ever handed over power publicly to a publicly declared threat. It is a long script to bamboozle Kenyans. Azimio, wake up. Saboti, Member of Parliament, Caleb Amisi. What do you make of this? Because people say the president gave the former president a job. He's now a peace envoy in the DRC. And then he hasn't taken him out of that job, but he's going after him. Is this a game? Is this a con game? What is happening?
Let me say what people say. From the word go, there are many people. I mean, Kalbamis, I think, Babu Wino, and many others who belong to the group of people who say Uhuru was not genuine with Raila. So they see this as a continuation, actually as a way of showing that they are right. That if you wanted to go after Uhuru Kenyatta, why not just go after him? Why are you just talking?
Yeah.
And where does the Uhuru get the audacity to answer back the president and actually dismiss him? How wanapiga tu kelele, wacha wapige. How can a former president talk like that to a sitting president?
Yeah.
So people like Amisa say, okay, it confirms that Ruto and Uhuru are into a game to change Raila. There are people who think so. I don't know whether they are right. But what I know is, and I've said this, if Uhuru wanted to mess Ruto, he would have messed him. I mean, how weak was Uhuru? If he wanted to mess Ruto, he would have messed him. And I'm not saying he didn't support Raila. Of course, I'm not saying that.
It is saying
equally, if Ruto wants to mess Uhuru now, he will not talk about it. He will just do it.
Equally.
He will just do it. In fact, he can do it so innocently. If government pumps money into KCC today and they give them good prices, Brookside will just go home. Hiyo moja chini, unatafuta ingine tena.
One down.
You look at the law that has been benefiting NCBA in terms of this middle, what they call it, small enterprises.
SMEs.
The SMEs that are supposed to be getting money, guaranteed by government. NCBA is a lead bank in the group of banks that will be. You remove it from there. 6 months, Uhuru is on his knees financially.
The Kenyatta family, actually.
Yes, it's not anything you can do and do so innocently, and even with the public support.
Without having to arrest the president.
I mean, no. Why would you want to arrest somebody? You just break his legs. So, financially. So that means
someone agree with that.
So Amisi, people like Amisi have a point. As to whether they are right is another story. Because this thing is complex. One day, one time, the truth will come out.
And we'll sit here and have that conversation.
Yes.
Thank you so much for tuning in into a political conversation. It's been a conversation on President Uhuru Kenyatta versus President William Ruto. Until we do talk again, have yourself a lovely rest of your day.